Steven Vagovic's music and life. The singer, musician and songwriter Steven Vagovic, 21, was born in Bratislava, Slovakia. The artist says he's been always interested by music. As soon as I was 5 years old I started to play on the piano keyboard and on the drums, he adds. In the beginning of his learning on guitar, Steven used to practice 4 hours per day, but now, because of his classes, he is also a music teacher, and his music career, he has been practicing about an hour a day every day. The artist tells us his parents have helped him through his entire journey on music. Without their support, I would not be able to buy a guitar or to produce my music, he points out. Like most of the indie artists, Steven faced a lot of difficulties in the beginning of his musical career. One of the main ones was my struggle to find some mixing engineers to help me craft my debut album. Then there were band rehearsals. To this day, I am trying to find some people who I can jam with. It is quite hard, he reveals. His main instrument is the guitar. About his music learning, Steven comments he is almost completely self-taught. My dad showed me some basics when it comes to drums, but when it comes to the other instruments, I primarily taught myself on my own, he adds. His first guitar was paid by himself from his pocket saving. The artists who inspire him are bands like The Beatles, Radiohead, U2, Coldplay among others. His first public performance was around October 2015. Steven tells us it was just a fun little experience for his parents and for the parents of his classmates. It made me feel quite energized, but there was this little weird feeling that I messed up the entire performance, he comments. Steven started writing songs seriously around 2013. His first recorded song was called Glancy. It even became an opener for his debut album called Autumn's Fall, recorded in 2015. Asked about his writing process, the artist argues, "This is actually one of the most difficult questions that a songwriter can get. I think, it really depends on the song itself. Sometimes it begins with the lyrics, sometimes with the melody, or it both comes together at once." On the album Autumn's Fall, Steven counts with the mixing engineer Kevin Stackley. "I've also tried to work with some other audio engineers, but unfortunately, it didn't work out very well," he reveals. Autumn's Fall contains the songs, Glancy, Wonderful Day, Perfect Time, Come to Me, Eventually, Autumn Sunset, Interlude, Butterflies, Part of Me, Goodbye, Seems Like Yesterday and Autumn's Fall. In November 2016, was released the US mix EP Steven Vagovic's Volume 1 with the songs, Perfect Time, Part of Me, We All Stand Together, Glancy, Sing for Paris featuring Lavana J. In August 2017, was released the acoustic EP titled Steven Vagovic's Acoustic Sessions with, Come to Me, Eventually, Part of Me, on the piano, and Seems Like Yesterday. And his newest US mix EP is called Steven Vagovic's Volume 2, released on September 2017 with the songs, Cloud 9, Come to Me, Eventually, Wonderful Day, Goodbye, and Follow Me. Steven says competition is, in his opinion, one of the main difficulties in the music industry nowadays. We are living in a time when ordinary folks like me can record and distribute their music, which creates an avalanche of new artists and recordings, he emphasizes. However, the artist adds that music is his fountain of happiness, a kind of relaxation, and an escape from the reality we currently face in the world. Asked about his expectations in the future of the music in the world, he ponders, "I think that the streaming services will get even bigger and take up the role of the primary distribution service. I can't say that I'm happy about this scenario because I've always liked and always will like physical copies of music, such as CDs or vinyl." To find out more about the artist's work, visit Steven Vagovic's official website on stevenvagovics.com. By Zelf or Riesel. You can find more artist histories on zelfarisal.blogspot.com.